We in the whip. We talking music. We talking vibe. We talk
What's
shit.
up, y'all? It's Slimetime Rich, your favorite artist, actor, director, and you are now in the whip.
It's about culture. It's about truth.
You already know what it is. You already know what it is. This is In the Whip, and you got your boy William Ryan. And today we have a very special guest, a man of many talents, a man of many things. Let me. I had to get professional for this one because there was a nice little rundown. He is a creative of multi-talented. He's an actor, director, hip hop recorder, recording. I'm not going to say local because with you being on streaming platforms, that makes you international. For real. So when they say local, that's an understatement. We're not gonna put local on you. You are a international artist, entrepreneur. I see you graduated from Central State University. And you've been very productive in the local scene here, bro. And I want to actually pride you in that, but I do want to introduce you first. Do I call you Richard? Do I call you Slime? What can we do today?
You know, for the interview, Slimetime Rich.
Slimetime Rich.
And then beyond
Okay.
that, I'm rich. You know, just rich.
Hey,
you know,
because you're rich in spirit and you're rich in soul, bro.
100%,
Okay.
100%.
So with that being said, we're gonna say Slimetime Rich is in the building or in the whip today. You feel me?
In the whip today.
Hey, it's been a minute. It's been a while, bro. The last time we actually linked, or I actually seen you and had conversation, we was at my uncle's Uncle Otis's workshop, acting workshop.
Uncle?
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Small world.
But in that, like, I seen the acting chops. And then after that, I really start seeing you in Broadway and being that star that you are, the rich spirit that you're in. And I want to actually just thank you for coming on today. This podcast is basically to have you have another platform where you can express your story, express your creative spirit, as well as your thought process in creating and being in that space of creating. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I know you always wanted to come on because it feels like it feels every time I see a clip or anything of an artist. I know many artists have been on the In the Whip podcast. I feel like they always have a calm demeanor, safe space, and they always feel free to say whatever they feel like.
Definitely.
Not in a negative way, but literally they just feel safe to express themselves every clip I see. So I'm like, I gotta definitely.
That's exactly what this space is meant for too. It's meant for a creative to actually be able to speak their truth and feel safe doing it. I never ever want a person that comes on to feel like they have to guard themselves, because with that, I'm a creative as well outside of just a podcast. I do write, produce, and things like that, but I wanted to just make it a special place for everyone and for them to let down their guard. Okay. So again, I do want to greatly appreciate you for coming on. Just I want to start from the beginning because I feel like the beginning is very monumental in how a person creates and how safe they feel, how vulnerable they are able to tap into that creative spirit. When did it all start for you? Let's start with seeing that we're doing music first, because I'm a music head first.
Yeah.
Let's talk about music. What got you into making and producing and writing music, bro?
Indeed. So I will start from my childhood. So many artists have like I've been making music since I was 2. You know, my dad's a singer and my mom is very outgoing and she sing, or she thinks she can sing. I think she can sing. But I think she can sing, hit a little note. But they're very outgoing people. They very much dance around, and music has been always a part of just my childhood in terms of just my house used to be the family gathering house or friends house. They're very open where I might come out the room and there's a whole party going on and I enjoy the party. So, but in that, it's good music. It's great music. Mary J. Blige, Alicia Keys, all that, all the great music, right? So that's always been inside me naturally. And then in high school, I was very much more timid. I was very much more just chill and relaxed. I ran tracks. I was a sports guy. I was into all that. But when I got to Central State, I kind of blossomed. My main goal was to go to Central State and just blossom into something else. I didn't know what it was going to be. At first, I did spoken word. I was the president of spoken word club.
Hey.
I was doing Mr. Freshman stuff. I was just anywhere for real. So COVID hit and we had time to sit down really, and that's when I really wanted to figure out, with boredom, honestly, to figure out what should I do, like what can I do. And so I think just through God, it just was looking through beats on YouTube. I found like a Drake beat because I was like, start with something that I know, something I like a lot, which was Drake. And so I made my own, I would call it my own little Drake song. It was called Head to Toe, and I put it out. I think really on streaming really with DistroKid, and Central State loved it a lot, and that really gave me confidence. I will always give Central State a lot of props, always my support forever, because I feel like that HBCU proximity and that culture literally lifted me up. Like everybody blew my phone up, like this might be it. This is cool. This is something. So it gave me something other than sports to latch onto and to try. And so from that point on, I just kept doing it. I really kept doing it and kept building. And I think just through God and through how everything works, it kept really working. So with Slimetime, the name Slimetime Rich to be full, is that it was a track name. So we had like a track sports group. So it was like Slimetime Rich, Slimetime Tay, which was a basketball player. So it was like a high school sports group in Eastmore Academy. So
you came from
everybody, yes, came from Eastmore. So everybody had their own little like name. I just kept mine because I'm like, this has a little ring on it. You feel me? So I kept mine, and I used that name to go into music, and I believe it was unique. And then once you walk around campus a few times and they say Slimetime, and people start saying it, it's like, hold on, I might have to keep this.
It catches.
I might have to keep this. So that's where, honestly, that's when I started doing music. And so I did music through Central State. I was doing it. We're trapping out of dorm rooms. We walk around the corner, somebody has a studio, everybody's packing in there. Everybody want to be rappers. Everybody want to be rappers. So everybody's in there, and then I became more of like the hook guy. I was very known quickly when I started making music. Everybody's trying to rap and stuff like that, but nobody's bringing it together. And I would come in literally 5 seconds. Oh, I got it. Get a hook down. Everybody's looking at me like, whoa, what was that? What was that? I wasn't afraid to do like the melodies and the melodic stuff, because in college I started getting into more like the Don Tollivers and Travis Scotts and seeing like, oh, this how it can go something different where I can still have I don't have to be lyrical spiritual, I don't have to be as hard gangster. I can be myself through the melodies and do that and just weave in through the beat. And through really repetition, finding my sound, that's where we are today, where we start putting out bangers in Columbus, you know? So that's where it's at.
Are you born and raised here? Okay,
Yes,
okay. That's what's up.
On
this side of town too?
Yes, east side.
Hey,
East
let's
sider.
go.
I'm an
East sider.
East sider.
So, before you started creating music,
Right.
what were your musical influences?
And before I started, it's crazy. Usher, definitely.
Hey,
Love
let's
Usher.
go.
Love Usher. I would say Usher, Chris Brown. People sleep on him, but Bow Wow, like old Bow Wow. Bow Wow's my first CD.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. The charisma that Bow Wow has on stage is fire, and it slept on. It slept on.
We doing that as such a young child. It was crazy. It was crazy. So definitely Bow Wow. On the R&B side, Tina Marie, because learning from my mom and my aunties and dad. Tina Marie with Rick James. Just love that.
That was a toxic couple, but yeah.
No, it was crazy. They made music though.
They made bangers.
They made bangers. What else? Let's see. I always try to be diverse. I never was scared. I like NSYNC. I used to go back, listen to them, and I turned into older JT, older Justin. He was working with Pharrell and
Timbo.
Yep, Timbo.
Yeah.
Something crazy, you know. So that was definitely the before. I would say that after, or even in the midst of where I was going to it, definitely heavy Travis Scott. Like Astroworld might have changed my life. Right. Astroworld definitely.
What about Astroworld?
I didn't know how like grand music can sound. I didn't know how much of a moment it can make, where it felt like almost outer body, just with the music, and then also with the moment that it just made with the note, with the features and hidden features, and how much it just took over, and it created this feeling of like you just want to rage and euphoria. That was crazy to me. I was crazy. So, and also with his branding, I think naturally this is in me.
His merch.
His branding, his merch was very concise and it was very recognizable. And I always loved that because, I don't know, I just loved it. I was like, that's how you do it. And I was like, that's how you do it. I always took that into account. Like, if I ever do this, I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna have my own thing, and it's gonna be it's a brand. So to the point where Travis Scott is an artist mainly, but he went into shoes. He's literally in movie soundtracks, in movies. He does anything, and I love that because I feel like you shouldn't really limit yourself to just your one fashion of art. I feel like if you want to get bigger, you have to spread yourself out and make your name a brand.
I feel that.
So yeah, 100%.
Hey, that by itself, attaching your brand with something somebody can physically touch, see, is very important. And I can see that in what you're doing too, down to the music, the quality and sound. I can definitely say that. Listening to a few of your albums, you definitely, I would say, you know how Rick Ross finds, like, he has a certain sound to him, and you know what quality sound is going to be.
Right.
That's something that you have as well. That's dope, bro.
Sir.
With that, I know you said that you were in track.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you doing that? Was that like middle through high school? Did you just like running in general? Was you like the kid like, sit your ass down, stop running so much, and then you was like, fuck that, I'm just what was like?
Oh no, I never. So in terms of running, I was very fast at elementary. I was really like that. But I didn't take it. I was just like, all right, cool, whatever. But so it was freshman year, I wasn't that fast. I did football.
Mm-hmm.
Freshman year, I hated football. I was not good on the bench. But football, I hated it. But with football, you learn a quick twitch when you start working out a lot. So a quick twitch when you have to stop and go. So my next indoor training for my sophomore year of high school, we're running around in the hallways. I'll never forget it. He told me to do just a hallway run with one of the fast people on the team, and I beat him. And so everybody looking at me like, whoa, you came back a little faster. He came a little faster. Shout out Coach Lewis, everybody know he's a very good coach. And he was like, nah, Ricky, like, go back and basically told me to do it again. And I just kept beating everybody to the point where I made it to the varsity. And for a sophomore, that's big. That's crazy. I'm on the 4x1 team. And now in Eastmore is that we won 6 championships before that back to back. So there's not no styles of team. You're one of the ones in the city. So to make the varsity team, that was a big step for me. And that's when I just dedicated most of my high school to track into my senior year when I really just knew that I wanted more than sports. Because in college, they was already telling me like, hey, when you do sports in college, it's cooked. Like that's all you're gonna be able to do. That's all you're gonna do. And I was like, nah, I don't want to go there, especially to Central State, and just be sports.
Just be known as a sports
I wanted
guy.
to do my classes, and I wanted to be out there in the streets. I wanted to be outside.
You had to be outside.
I wanted to be outside because, fun fact, me and my mother graduated from Central State 30 years apart on the same day.
That's dope.
So she already told me all the stories. She was like, you be in the books, but it's you have a good time. You join places, you do everything. So.
Is that where community came from?
Yes, indeed. So that, and then also, to be real, it was a tough thing for my parents because when you do track for a long time, and I was actually really good at track, to come out of nowhere after you have scholarship from other places and stuff, to be like, hey, I'm not doing this no more. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, what you mean you're not doing this no more?
Like, hey, what are we talking about?
We spent the last 3 years doing the same thing. And so I had to explain them, sit them down, say like, hey, I just don't want to do this, and I said why, and it was like, oh, okay, I mean, cool. And then we have scholarships for like course grades and stuff like education, so it was cool. I had to go to Central State, and they were basically like, okay, we gonna see, and I came back 10 times better. Hey. Came back crazy, you know. So yeah.
Okay. With that, when did the acting come into play?
Crazy. I think it was God. I don't know. Acting really.
Because you're really good, bro.
Thank you. Which one show did you see?
I think it's the last one that you just said.
Piano Listen?
I think so.
Ooh, so Piano Listen?
Yeah.
Nice.
That was
Was it the main lead person?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But in that, like, I seen the focus, and like it looked like you just. It was you. But it wasn't you. It was the character. You brought the character to life in a way that I was just like, damn, I can actually see you in a lot of freaking movies, bro. Like,
that's the goal.
I need you to find a movie, few movies.
Yeah, that's where we going.
But when did the acting bug hit you?
So the acting, I would say the acting bug hit me in, I would say 2023, early 2024. That's when it hit. I always think in my life, every time I see what I'm doing now, I always think back in life where I was always doing it. So I'm also a screenwriter, director, actor. I was doing the same stuff, but I was like 14 years old, 14, 15, because after school I would go to Youth to Youth. And Youth to Youth is like a program for really just students it's like an after school program. It's not really boys and girls, but we go there to meet with each other every Wednesday. It was called YAB. And we talked about to other students or other teens about not doing drugs, basically.
Right.
In that, we had to create our own skits and act them out. And so we had a conference every year and at Capital University, so we'd be on stage acting this out for the 200 teens. Like, so you had to have stage presence. You had to have, it had to be right, and you had to act it out. But to us, we were just doing it as teens, just having a good time for real. But not even knowing, I feel like that played a part into why I have no fear of stage presence. I have no fear of just being on the stage and talking to anybody. I think that played a part into it, training me to do that. And then when I went to Central, all my spoken words are always different characters. I would do different stories and be somebody else. And actually, I didn't know that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing. So I think when the acting came apart, when I got out of college, I feel like I just want to do something. I just want to do something else other than music for a minute to see what else I can do, because I just wasn't scared of the public opinion. I wasn't scared of stage presence. I feel like I can do anything. Honestly, I just feel like I can do anything. So I was like, let's try it. I went to Two Scoops Productions, which my mom is a part of, and when they have their own, it's like a local. I don't know how to describe Two Scoops. It's definitely an acting cohort, but they really focus on local community issues and put that into art, and then also celebrate Black Power, all things like that. So they had what's going on in 2023, and they allowed me to tell this story through spoken word, where I was a true story, where I'm in a fraternity. So my senior year, me and my fraternity brothers were at a park, just literally practicing stepping, not bothering nobody. But we got approached by the police, and they basically say like a noise complaint. We wasn't making no noise. We was outside, and he was basically like, we have to get out your IDs. We're like, okay, cool. And then 6 police cars came after him, so we're surrounded, right? So really just going through my perspective, the police perspective, and then my frat brother's perspective, and all in one spoken word, where I'm doing it seamlessly. And everybody's telling me afterwards, like, you were 3 different people in one moment. That was crazy. So beyond that, Julie Wiley Scott, which is the creator of the Black Theater Festival, she was there, and she was like, I have to have you in my play. And at first I was like, oh no, like I would do a spoken word type. But she put me in the Black Theater Festival way down the road, and then Two Schools put me in my first play. And also I think I just had to have the acting bug, because the stuff I was in, I was always the lead. Like my first play was called Matter of Conscience. I had to portray W.B. Du Bois with Booker T. Washington, and then have that. So it was a 2-person play for 40 minutes. So I had to have it. I had to have it. And luckily, I just loved it, honestly. So I'll say that play was the beginning, I believe, 2024. Loved doing that. And then my next one was Gem of the Ocean, where I played Citizen. And I was the lead for that. And
where'd you pull from?
Pull from? For which one? Citizen?
Yes, Citizen.
So Citizen, where I pulled that from, Gem of the Ocean, it's August Wilson. So it's really basically, I had to actually go back and watch not just like some of the newer portrayals of August Wilson films, like Fences and stuff like that, but I went back to see all the plays, and then I really pulled from, honestly, I used to go to Mississippi when I was when I was a child, and I always remember how they acted, how hospitable they were, but how also their words sounded, how they kind of walked and carried themselves with like a little rock, like a little bit, stuff like that. Yeah, I basically pulled from that, and just think about stuff that I looked up a lot, like I researched a lot, and I think that's what I kind of really fell in love with it, how deep you can go into acting, how you can look up stuff, research. Went to YouTube University to figure out that southern accent. They had a great videos, and I was literally practicing it, and I got it. And I think the idea of just being somebody else and actually executing it was fire, you know. So I think Gem of the Ocean really was my first thing, and then that's when I also knew and recognized that how I was in Black theater, and how I can change the game where it was mainly older people in Black theater, lovely people, and I came in, I'm young, I'm black, and I have a confidence. I'm also really willing to learn. So the older mentors and people who've been acting, they all gravitated towards me to be like, hey, he has a good head on his shoulders. Let's really help him and try to figure it out. So it ain't like I was a industry baby. Like when I say I took them classes, I had to meet with people, and they're literally one believing in me, but they're also pushing me to be like, hey, I see what you're doing, you have it, but let's go over this for hours. And it was really tough.
You had to get your
But
hours
I loved
in.
it though. Yeah, I had to get that
Get
hours,
your
and I
chops
loved
in.
it. And then that's why everything turned out great. And then we're changing the game is that I feel like they had theater, especially black theater in Columbus, even theater on Columbus, they have their niche group of people who always support. So it's the same people. I was like, nah, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna put this on platforms and make my own videos and my own marketing about it on my platforms. And I'm gonna bring my crowd that I go to the club or I go to parties and events, and I see these people, and the same people I can bring to a theater play.
Yeah.
Unheard of. Like, especially unheard
No,
of.
but there's a lot of that's a
of.
lot of people that are looking for something outside of just the club, something to actually get into, and that are very fascinating, and in that you definitely created that stream, I would say, to hey, I know you doing this, I know y'all like to do this, but here's this play that I'm working on, and I want y'all to come out. That is what I seen more than anything in this last play that you did, bro. You definitely tied music, any interviews that you had and everything, and you wrapped it up and you put a bow on it. It was like, here, this is where you can find this too, and come out and actually experience what I'm working on.
No, definitely. There's always something. It's always something, because it's not every day. Especially I go like in a party, so I'm making music, and you're like Mr. Cool Guy. You also came with like, yeah, I also do theater. I have a whole show, and they're like, what? Like, what do you mean?
You're eclectic, and that's good.
I'm like,
bro.
nah, I have a whole show. Like, come out, and they're like, we got to see it there. So people start coming out, and it started to become a thing. And they came out, and ultimately, yes, I did the marketing stuff like that, but ultimately, I think that the black theater are the people, the amount of dedication they put into it, the community that's there, how they're genuinely just good people. I feel like they deserve the dollars and deserve people to come.
True.
So I feel like if I have a chance to do that, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what it benefits me, but it also benefits everybody at the end of the day, because I see the people's faces when we're behind stage and they hear footsteps in them seats is filled. It gets them excited. It gets them want to do it more. You feel me? And also seeing where nobody came, and we have to really recollect and be like, it's okay. We're gonna put our best performance out, even if there's 2 people out there. You feel me? But when there's more people, I see everybody get excited, and I see how people become more hopeful, because people get off work and could do these plays. Like, and I mean,
be exhausted
and be
exhausted.
Exhausted. So I feel like they deserve more, and I feel like if I had a chance to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. Pretty cool.
All right. Tell me about. I'm gonna ask you this. Tell me about a recent time that you, outside of just the music and acting, and this could be tied to your community. Tell me about a moment where you felt as if there was a lot of weight on your shoulders, but you triumphed through it.
Very true. I think that,
or pushed through it.
y'all push through it. In terms of like a time in life, or
time in life.
A time in life, I think it really had changed everything with that. With a lot of weight on my shoulders, is more about, I think, graduating college and moving back to Columbus. So it's crazy. In college, I had a great time. Nothing really happened. But as soon as I got out of college and went back to that real world, it was a lot. It was just a lot.
It was a shift.
It's a shift, because it's just not the same. It's not the same, especially when you move back in with your parents. And you have to figure out that life. And my parents are very supportive, very good parents. But then you're grown, so you can start to butt heads on like normal stuff. So so it's that dynamic, and then also me thinking
you're into your own, and you're used to your own. I think there's just like how school was. You lead all the way up into elementary school, 5th grade, you go to the next 6, you're at the bottom of the top. So graduating from college, going through those 4 years, and then coming back to life, you're at the bottom. So you're working your way back up to where you need to be, and that transition is very difficult.
Transition was very difficult. I was working at the YMCA level, but it was a very transitional job where I'm like, I gotta work all these hours to get some money, to get a little bit of money, and then also trying to do that, then figure out the life here and meeting people who's I seen from high school who stayed here, re-meeting them, because I'm not just here for summer or winter now, I'm here for all the time, and then re-meeting the culture out here and the people and stuff like that, trying to fit your way in.
Yep.
And
Because
sometimes
you've been gone
making
for 4 years.
exactly, and sometimes making bad decisions, and sometimes also thinking I know too much or think I know everything, and that's results in a lot of stuff. And also, so a big thing I was just really tied in is that I didn't start driving until I was probably 23. I think 23. I was a late bloomer, late bloomer. So I didn't start driving until I was 23, out of college. So I got my first car, stuff like that. With that, I'm already feeling myself because I'm already out of college. I was back then. I was definitely just doing a lot. So I had the car, whatever. I think I know everything. And my dad's a professional driver. So honestly, I should have listened to him. But back then, you just don't listen. You just be like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, like type deal. So anyway, a moment of where and I don't condone this, I was drinking and driving, boom, almost died in a car accident. Boom, bow, right? So from that point, I lost the car. The thing I've been dreaming about my whole life, getting a car, lost that. So I'm back to square one for real. And then I have to deal with all the issues of just, well, you just got into an accident. So you have to build up and then try to save up anytime money to get into the car, which I get for probably like a year. So with that, you have to really, it's more about gaining your discipline, forgiving yourself, and then that's where all the weight was on my shoulders, because of not of somebody else putting it on me, but myself, and like regret and like trying to start that over for real. You feel me? So
because you're seeing yourself as a certain individual. No, this can't happen to me, but it's happening in real time, and you have to deliver. It
happening in real time,
I get it.
And you have to figure it out, and that's what I did. I figured it out by one, I took therapy, and I really helped. I actually work for them now in more life. I do like a podcast for them. So
hey, I did peep that. I just got done watching that episode.
Really?
Hey,
oh yeah.
Listen,
yes.
This is the another one right here.
It's okay. Yes, sir.
It's okay to not be okay.
Yes, sir. So really doing that and tackling like my mental health and stuff like that freed me, and that's the start where I felt better about everything, and that's when I really felt good to create, and that's when everything just went up and up, and we got a new car, and everything's been fine ever since.
Hey.
but I feel like that time was very much needed to, one, humble me, and for me to be open to learning, open to making mistakes, and then also just having better discipline, because sometimes for me, I don't really get it until I go through it, and I went through it, and
giving yourself grace.
And yeah.
That is the thing. Giving yourself grace, understanding that you don't know what you don't know.
100%.
So in that, because I was gonna ask, what did you learn about yourself through that? And you basically just answered that. But after that, what was a goal? What has been a goal for you now that you set for yourself? Like a short-term goal and then your long-term goal.
Right now?
Yep, short-term.
Short-term goal right now. I think right now, to be honest, I think with doing a lot of great job, finding myself my footing, really on my footing, I'm really doing a great job of acting here, like in film and theater. I'm doing great. But also I'm doing now, and it depends, but I think a short-term goal is to apply for agencies and really get into agents, having an agent where we can take it farther than Columbus and go to more of the Pittsburghs, Atlantas, and LAs, and really take that chance, which comes with fear, but behind fear is success. Take that chance to do that. And so I think my short-term goal before the summer is to apply with agencies and audition. So yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we got what, long-term?
Yep, long-term.
Long-term, my own headliner show, 2027.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
There we go. My own headliner show, Slimetime and Friends, whatever you're gonna call it.
Hey, let me know anytime that you're doing that, because I would love to pull up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do like, we could do background work to that for real.
Like,
just behind the scenes. I feel like,
it.
yeah. But what I am seeing more and more often is that you are directing videos. You're directing commercials, things like that. Tell me how you got into directing after all of that, because with acting, I do see the directing coming, but for you to do both at the same time, I do think you're showing people how to not limit themselves if they have that niche, or if they see or detail oriented in certain things, you can do that. How did that come about?
I think it came about, I say that did shout out to Central State again. I think with college, and you deal with like people at any college actually, when you go in student orgs and stuff like that, it's so funny how college is, because you really are doing this with no money, but for no pay, nothing. But you lead in student orgs, you lead in clubs, and that can be real stressful. And you have to deal with people that's your age, and you have to figure out how to make the best events, make the best anything or whatever. So I think it started there, where I have to lead groups, and that's when it comes with attendance, that becomes with make sure people get here on time, or we're doing this, we're doing that, and being just detail oriented. And honestly, I think with the directing thing is when I've been on sets. Well, all things first, I'm a learner. So the first director I saw in person was Dom Campbell, and he was doing a Tubi movie called Affliction, which did great on Tubi. And I had my first little spot on there. I was like an Uber driver. It was pretty cool. So I was on set though, and I saw how he directed and how much it took, and seeing how everything he had in control, but also how much he listened to his people and he trusted people around him. And I was like, that's what I like, where it's the directing, you also have a team. So when it's time for my time, the first instances where I was around people who had their own sets, who they might have been a director, but they were missing some points, and I was seeing either I said it or not. So most of the time I did say it, just to help, and being like, we should do it this way, and everybody be like, oh, we should do it that way. And I'm like, okay, I can do it. But I would never, like, directing is hard. That's one of the hardest things out of all my passions, out of screenwriting, acting, music. Directing is very hard because all the weight is on you. Like, you're supposed to know everything. Like, you're supposed to know everything. Of course, you have a team, but the team is also dependent on you, so it takes a lot of preparation. Like, I want to direct my own, like, short film one day, but that's what my whole year will be dedicated to. Because you have to figure out, you have to really, everything is literally on you. So even with commercials, it was more easy because we prepared. And then one of my favorite ones I directed was with Malcolm Westmore and Karen B, and I think that was I co-directed with Malik, and it took preparation. We met up, I did some screenwriting for it, and then I actually still learned from Malik about storyboarding and really every instance, every shot, what it's supposed to look like, what's the mood of it. And I think I just like that. I think I just like details, honestly. And then when you learn and really research, I read a lot of books, watched a lot of movies, and even did video essays and try to figure out what makes, like, Christopher Nolan, what makes Spike Lee, what's some of the things they focus on. So stuff like that, where you just fall in love with the details of the art, and that's the fourth, like, breaking the fourth wall of it. Because before you do this, you watch a movie or a commercial and you're just like, oh, okay, that's nice. But after you be into it, you get to see the twitters of an eye, like, oh, that's really acting, or you see different shots or how they move the camera. And I just fell in love with that, and I always wanted to just make that art and make, I don't know, it's pretty cool to make something and then people just see it as that one thing and be entertained, but I know what all went into it, and that's good for me. And that's cool for me. And that's cool, because when I make my movie, everybody's gonna watch it and just be nice, and they're not really thinking about all the stuff I'm thinking about, but just for them being entertained and them loving it. I did my job, me knowing and my team knowing all the work that put into it, and me knowing when I'm watching it, like, that shot fire, like, that shot fire. So stuff like that, like, it just brings me a lot of joy, and I leaned into it. Because for a minute, when coming up in my life, like, just growing up, I was always trying to find something that would give me happiness if I had no money, if I just woke up with nothing, and if I something I could just do and think about, and just bringing me instant happiness just thinking about it. And that was the arts, that was with the music and the acting and directing. So I just leaned into it because why not? Be happy, do what you want to do.
Get into it
on any level of anything. People think they have to wait till they have a follower and wait till they get to LA.
Do it now.
Do it now. You can literally do it now. And it's also people who believe in you, and also resources of people who also want to do it now come together, gain that community, and you can get it done. So that's basically when I got into directing. I don't think I did my big directing thing yet, but I think it's coming.
Not yet.
It's coming.
Not yet. It is definitely coming.
It's coming. But I love my commercials though. I do my little big one. Yeah.
I just feel like, honestly, with the way you've been moving and the way that you placed yourself in certain things, you made yourself a commodity. You made yourself efficient in what you do. Like, just looking into how you do your content now. Being out there in the rain for the Ohio, or the what was it, the Ohio Black Expo, bro. Devoted. Listen, content is king, and you showed that. But the determination to stay out there even when it was pouring, bro.
100%.
And it was a vibe. You made sure it was a vibe, though. Like, you kept the energy up. I know you was pissed. had to been pissed.
I was actually very happy because I knew
That's good.
I knew it was going.
That's good.
I knew it was going to jump because everybody would have waited till it stopped. I said, "No, Xavier, let's run it. Let's run it right
We
now."
got to do it now because if we don't do it, it's
What
not
we
going to get done.
Because honestly, the parade was happening right now. So like, they're doing this whole parade. I see people walking. I think there was like they were celebrating the Caribbean or all that stuff like that. So I have the feathers and looking beautiful, and they're walking in the rain. Oh, let me do this. Let's do it. Because the main goal, what set us apart with the content was that we're gonna do it in real time. We're gonna record it, get edited real quick, and still have great quality, and then release it so people can see the rain has passed.
Yep.
We see the rain. They look outside. Oh, the rain passed. Let's go outside because things are still happening. You feel me? So no, we was definitely dedicated, and that was hilarious.
Because you definitely was out there in the rain with the what was it, the rain jacket?
Oh yes, man.
And was just out there full of energy.
Reporting live from
Reporting live in the middle of the storm at Ohio Black Expo. That by itself, I was just like,
yeah,
he's going. He's going
and it got
somewhere.
it got so much attention, and then we kept going. Then we hit the Tania line dancing while doing it.
Yup.
Now that was really
that right there.
Really dedication.
I was like, oh yeah.
To do it while doing like
inside of all of that, I was like, okay.
Went up, man. Went up. So I think went up, and that started my content career, which is on the side, which is crazy. Like, we talk about all this, and now we have
good,
content.
though.
It started my
It's still really good though.
It started my content career. Shout out Xavier, my videographer, amazing guy. Like I edit, and then Xavier does the videography. We be everywhere, and I think something we try to find in content. I always try to find something different. Everybody does content, especially with going to places and festivals. And I was like, we gotta find some way to make it different. So our thing was do it in real time. Record it, edit it, and then put it out while the event was going on, which we did for like 614 a day, and that worked out well. But also, I want to be, and then there's nothing wrong. I think people's content where they're having like the first point of view and stuff like that, amazing. I think it gets to the point. But I also want to be in the event. Like if it's a horseback riding event, I'm gonna be horseback riding.
I'm gonna be
while doing the content.
Yeah.
Just so it's not like you looking like, because then it turns into like a show. Then it turns into like almost like a video while being content, while doing it. Like if it's a food thing, I'm gonna eat the food. Like I'm not about to just
I think that's the disconnection with videos now, or some content is where people are so used to being behind the camera where they don't know how to experience the actual event and have somebody shooting them actually enjoying that whole thing. And that's I don't think it's a problem because there's a niche for both.
No, facts, yeah.
But there is more of an effect on an event where a person can be like, oh, I really, really want to be there. I'm seeing the joy in their faces. So yes, that by itself, hands down, I gotta, because being in the rain, I wanted to go out there, but my son had an event, so I was just like, okay, we're gonna try to do it, but I'm next year I'm definitely gonna be there because I think it's going. I did security there 2 years in a row. Okay. I came from doing security.
I might have saw you there.
Yeah, it was a few, like the year before and the year before that I did security there.
0 incidents, right?
There was no incidents.
No,
we didn't have no problems. See, you can have a black event and not have problems.
Ever.
And not have any issues.
Black Expo, man.
So let me ask you this. Throughout everything that you've been doing, what have you learned about yourself?
What have I learned? But I had to learn about myself, really, how far I can go, and also my limitations. One thing people be getting messed up, they thinking to go in, they don't really know their limitations or know what stuff they don't like to do, I would say, compared to stuff they really like to do. Like, I know I'm not going to venture into painting. Like, I'm like, I ain't bet. I know all the stuff I can do, I'm not going to be a painter. That's not my thing. I ain't bet. So sometimes people ask me to do certain things, I'm like, oh no, I'm cool. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm cool. Even if there's money on there, I don't need to get money to just do a poor job. Like I know things where to stop, but I also know and learn that I don't know. I think I'm I'm not saying learn, but grown into. I'm a very confident person, but I'm humble. But I'm very confident. I very believe in myself. If nobody else believes in me, like nobody has to believe in me at all. I'm gonna believe in myself wholeheartedly, and I think that got me a lot farther. I think that got me a lot farther. Because I think I have, people always call it delusion. I don't think it's delusion. I just think, for me, I think it's just confidence. I think it's just confidence while also having that belief in you while also not being blocked off to learning. I think I've learned about myself that I love to learn and always to get educated, and I think I'm gonna do that until I pass. Like, I think I'm gonna always learn forever about something new, because there's always something to know. And I think when you have education and you really take time to learn about something, you can do anything. Like, you can real life do anything. But if you just go in terms of just talent, and you just say like, oh, I'm just doing talent and I'm not about to listen to you, I'm not about to hear you, like, I know what I can do, I can sing, I can rap real good, I don't really need to hear you, it's gonna be a ceiling. But if you have the talent plus the hard work and willing to learn and hear people who actually went farther than you and who's doing things, the sky's the limit. Like, it's beyond that. Like, I'm going to go far, because I'm going to always be around good people. I'll always put myself around good people and then try to learn from them. Even if I don't agree with everything, I'm going to take what I can from them and then put that into my own art, into my own work, and go further. So I think that's what I learned, honestly. And that really came through being the opposite of that, which people don't talk about. Like, I in Central State, at some point, especially in my real big point when I'm like the #1 person in the school, I'm doing shows, I'm that guy, I came a little cocky where I didn't want to hear anybody. Like, I didn't want to hear what you gotta say. I'm Slimetime, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. My stuff's good. I'm the most popular thing on campus. And I saw for a minute, people look at you different, and they don't, people who used to want to help you or want to help you, they don't be there anymore because they don't want to be around you and your energy like that. And then it becomes a ceiling where you get to see that if everybody's around you not really doing nothing, or they're not doing something that's better than you or pushing you or motivating you, it's a ceiling. Like, I had to really strip it down and go back and relearn myself to have that confidence, but also learn and put myself around people who's also going to motivate me. Like, all my friends, because everybody I'm around, they're all doing their own thing in terms of acting, directing, music, and they popping. They doing a great thing. So they always give me motivation to be like, just inspiring to keep going and keep doing that thing. Same thing for them. Like, when I keep doing my stuff or keep dropping or keep doing shows, I get all the time, like, you're inspiring me to keep going or just to do this, you feel me? And that's all I need, honestly. So that's basically really what I learned. I think it's really great, you know?
Okay.
It's cool.
If you weren't doing what you're doing now, all the things that you're doing, what would you be doing?
What
would be a fourth option for you? Because you got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Maybe 4. I will go 5 because you in the content creation and everything. So if you weren't being a creative, I'm gonna say that if you weren't being creative, what would you be and where would you be?
Honestly, I don't even think about that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's hard to think about something like that.
I don't even think about that. I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. Okay, I don't know. It would still be creative, because my corporate job is I work for Ohio Health, and I'm a coordinator for sexual assault prevention. So I go to schools and go to colleges and I teach about not doing sexual assault. But even then, I became good at it because I put my creativity in it. But if I didn't have any of that, I would definitely just do that. I think I would go around to colleges, middle schools, high schools, and just teach about not doing sexual assault, having consent, because I found joy into that.
Yeah.
And I think everybody needs it. So I think I would do that, honestly. I think I would just, I'll be talking. I'll be talking. Like,
okay.
I'll be talking and speaking about something.
Even if it's not creative, your voice.
I would still be using my voice. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
That's dope.
That's what I would say.
That's
Definitely.
dope. And that, what do you have coming up?
Okay, what do I have coming up? See, I'll say what I have now.
Or what you can tell us. What you can tell us.
I'm getting to a place where I got to keep going alone. You know?
Got you. That's
but no, definitely. Untouchable is out right now.
Yes.
Shout out to Untouchable.
Banger.
You like
Banger. Bro, you send it over, and I was like, it's heat.
Shout out.
It's heat.
Thank you.
Even the video.
Thank you.
Even the visuals.
Shout out to Lex and Malx, man. Shout out to Lex and Malx. So Untouchable is out now. And I will say, Through the Fire, my album is coming out this year. And this album is gonna be better than the last album. The last album, fire. But this one is a step. It's a step up. Also, I would say be on the lookout for 2 performances that's coming. I can't say what they are, but they're in festivals and they're in, it's coming. It's coming. So
in festivals?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's coming. So,
hey, all I'm asking is to know when and where so I can be there.
Okay, bet. So date wise, one of us is September 12th. And it's all in the city. Okay. And then next one is October 22nd. So we're taking over the fall.
Okay.
Taking over the fall.
I'm here for it, and we're gonna be there. We listen. We in the whip, so we pull up. You feel me?
Up, we are there, you know. So we got that, and then always the content's always jumping. Beyond that, content's jumping, and then we have the More Life podcast about mental health.
Yes,
we got our guests coming in. We have our own solo episodes. It's really a podcast.
So who all is on that podcast?
So on the podcast is me, Key, Xavier, and Yavis, and then we got Ramaya and Jalen. So overall, the group is called Canvas, which is run by Yavis Ellis, also known as Street Pastors. Also known as Street Pastor. He's my pastor at Newburgh. He's the GOAT.
Oh my gosh,
and
man.
He's also one of my mentors who provided me a lot of confidence and a lot of just opportunity. And beyond that, I think I'm just blessed with a lot of mentors who believed in me and gave me a lot of opportunity. Like, you want to do something?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give you this, and they will tell you, like, hey, my name behind this. Show up or do that. Like, you want to do it? All right, put your best foot forward. And that pressure, I think, builds excellence. And I think that's one of the things Javis really did that. So it's all of us on there. It's through Canvas and it's through More Life. And More Life is a therapy, a faith-based therapy business where you do therapy, but it's also faith-based. They give you like 10 free sessions. So we're the podcast. We're talking about mental health, and we're talking about everything: art, sports, everything. Whatever our guests has going on. And also our solo episodes is just about young adults living life and going through mental health, and then just living in this world and figuring it out. And it's really just good conversation. So check out.
I feel like we should collab on something like that for real.
Exactly.
Because with music, that's a certain therapy, as well as we do promote mental health, as well as making sure that you have somebody to lean on.
Yeah.
Community based as well. And just one thing that I focus on, the reason why I created it is because I was in a dark space for like a good year and a half before I started everything. And then I was just like, Lord, I'm not gonna move until you ask me or until you tell me to move. And in that realm, I was just like, I want to create something that is bigger than me. 1, 2, has a meaning about it. And in that, I wanted to create a space where my guys, we're all creatives. There's an artist, my boy Kali, and then we have rappers and producers and on here as well. That when it first started, we was just shooting the shit about the Drake and Kendrick.
Right.
But gradually through it all, me bringing people on, I'm starting to hear more and more about my friends' stories that I'm not gonna say they weren't vulnerable enough to say it when we were there, but it opened up a little bit more, and I was just like, hey, we don't have to keep this on here if you don't want it. And they're like, nah, I said it because I wanted you to know it and for it to be put out there. So in that, it was a form of therapy where they didn't really have to go, but I encourage going because I understand we bottle a lot of things up 100%. And we feel like we're alone in that solid in being by yourself. You create a story or a narrative about yourself that might not necessarily be true, but it strips you down because you're by yourself and you don't know how to come out of that. So in that's why I created this, where we can talk and play and joke around, but when it's really time, when you really feel like there's something that you need to get out, come on through. This is a soapbox, but it is a healthy space where we can talk about it and start to unpack that, so when you leave here, you feel better than when you came in.
100%. Clip that. That was nice.
But
that was great. That was real.
That's where it is, though. Like,
really
I don't.
That was really good.
I've always been the friend that was just like, "Hey, yo,
that's what I get.
How are you
from
feeling?"
This. Yeah, that's what I get from this. Yeah,
and I'm glad that you. I'm glad that's coming across,
that
because not a lot of people understand it or get it.
Makes sense.
But there are a few where they be like, "Hey, bro, keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep making the space." And I'm like, I will continue to do it as long as I can, because I understand where where that feeling comes from, and I was gracious and blessed to be able to come out of that, because then after me asking him, where do you want me to go? I'm not gonna move until you tell me this is started, and we're a year and some change in. We're going into a year and 6 months in now, and that's the blessing from it. Like, it comes full circle. I'm able to have you on here to talk about your experience in life and where you pull from, who you are, and the fabric of who Rich is.
Yeah, 100%.
And I appreciate that.
Great.
Before we wrap up, I got 2 more questions for you. One is, what you playing in your whip outside of your own music, if that's what you doing?
No, 100%. What do I play in the whip right now? I'm a CD guy, by the way. I love CD.
Hey, I'm a vinyl guy.
See me? You feel me? the quality is just, yes.
It's so pure.
Okay, so CDs I play all the time in rotation. I got some new ones. So Graduation by Kanye.
Hey,
like a spaceship.
That's a go.
Kalani's new album is one of the best. It's the best R&B album.
It is.
It's fantastic. The writing is polished. It's just great. What else do I?
It's getting back into the vocals.
Literally.
It's definitely getting
and
back to the
feeling,
vocals.
like the feeling is just like real thorough songs. Like, it's no throwaways. Like, it's real thorough. And I love Kalani's album. I have Dirty Sprite too for the turn up moments.
Hey, you gotta have a little raunchy. You gotta have a little toxic.
Yeah, for the turn up moments. And then I'm in the wave with the Michael movie, so I got the greatest hits of Michael. His number ones.
Okay.
And I'm rocking. You know, it's all them vibes. Whenever I get in the car, I feel like I just hit them and be like, all right, bet, let's do that. So yeah, so I'm listening to.
Okay. So another top 5.
Okay.
Give me 5 songs that are monumental to you, like that bring back amazing memories.
Yeah.
Give me 5 of them.
5 songs monumental to me. Okay. It's Diary by Alicia Keys.
Ooh, I won't tell.
Yes, I won't tell.
I won't tell.
Yes. So that's good for me because on the way back to Chicago, my mom and dad are both singers, so they were singing like both parts, and I was in the back seat like, this is fantastic. So I love that song forever because it stuck with me since I was a little kid. So that's a great song. Tina Marie, Out on the Limb. It's crazy.
I gotta dap you up for that because not a lot of people know.
They don't know how crazy that song is. They don't know how crazy that song is. The song is amazing. We got 2. So let's see. I would say Maria, I'm Drunk by Travis Scott. One of my favorite songs. And then I would say Mine by Beyonce and Drake.
Okay.
So we got 4.
I just want to say you're
5 is just not enough. But you know, we go
5 isn't enough. It really ain't.
I won for the banger. I gotta say Confessions by Usher. I can't leave it. Confessions by Usher is one of the greatest songs ever. I have to say it. Confessions by Usher. It is though. Like I say, I think that's really well rounded for all my.
That is.
We got Drake in there. We got Travis. We got Tina, Usher. Yeah.
All your influences in there, bro.
I can go with that.
All the influences are in there.
I can go with that.
Okay. Okay, so this is a little bit more deeper, okay?
Gotcha.
If someone listens to one song of yours, and that is the only thing that they can hear from you, and that would basically be the definition of who you are, what song would that be?
Definition of who I am. It depends on what side I want to show. What side do I really want to show? No, I think that
just gives you that.
Overall, I think I would go with Change by me. I think change encompasses a lot. I think change goes into my confidence. It goes into how I would never change, but also shows vulnerability when the woman who I'm talking to in a song challenges that vulnerability of like, why are you not changing? Or like, they're not rocking with me, so I have to change or I have to strip it down a little bit, while also having the musicality and the sound of me at a highest level with the mixing, and the quality is amazing. So I would say Change by Slimetime Rich. You get the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Rock with it.
I just want to first thank you so much
100%
for coming out, kicking with me.
No, definitely. This is a great
chopping
time.
it up. Yo, I need you to come back
Yeah.
Next time you drop something,
I
the
am.
festival
I
that you
am.
do,
Uh-huh.
the next few festivals,
Yeah.
I want you to come on because here in a few we're gonna start having some conversations, and I'm gonna mix people up in the whip with us, so we can have the conversation on R&B.
Yeah. I would love to. Yeah, that's why I need to be on.
Theater,
I love. Okay.
movies,
Love it.
and the creative space in our community.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
I need you to come back
100%.
for sure. I need you to come back because in a lot of things that I've been seeing you do, you definitely speak on the spirit of being genuine, being yourself, and loving on others, bro.
100%.
So
Yeah.
I definitely need you to come back, bro. I
Yeah.
appreciate your time with In the Whip. This is In the Whip. I need you, one, to actually
We in the
state
Okay.
where you at,
We talking music.
meaning the handles,
We talking
your
vibe.
social media, and then let them know
talk
that
shit.
you in the whip.
Indeed.
Do the whole rundown
Yeah.
for in the
You
whip.
in the
You feel
whip.
me?
It's about culture.
Indeed.
It's about
What's up,
truth.
y'all? I
It's
am
about chips.
Slimetime Rich.
This is the
That is
bread. Straight to the
SLIME,
culture.
me.
This that.
Run it back one more time.
What's up, y'all? Slimetime Rich. That is at Slimetime Rich.
Yes, sir.
And I'm here. Find me on any platform but that at. You see where
Real
I'm at?
talk in
I'm
the
in the
backseat.
web.
From
I'm
road
here.
to the real.
I'm here. You see
No
the
script.
backseat? I'm in the
Laugh
whip.
loud and we get
We
deep.
might not
Every
be
lane that we hit. You in the whip.
I'm in
It's
the
about
whip.
culture.
I'm
It's about
here.
truth. It's
I'm
about
here.
chips.
And where your
It's just the
seatbelt? I don't have
bread.
one on,
Straight
but
to the
let's go in the
culture.
That's because we
In the
didn't
whip
move.
podcast. This
We
that.
didn't move.
When
Hey,
conversation is that
buckle
good.
up. You got
When
some
conversation is that good, you never know
so
where you
good.
might go.
We in the whip.
You gotta
We talking music.
buckle up.
We talking vibes.
You gotta buckle up in
We talk
the
shit.
whip.
In the whip.
You in the
Thank
whip.
y'all so much for taking your time out to check out this week's In the Whip podcast. I do want to let you know that we are teaming up again with Featuring R&B for their karaoke party. We back outside from 8 to midnight on September 4th. We see you there. Peace.